Hey there, Washington Commanders fans. Today's video is special, one of those you need to watch till the end. And why do I say that? Because we're witnessing something historic in the Washington team. One name has already become synonymous with hope and, who knows, maybe even championships. Jayden Daniels. What he's doing on the field isn't just impressive, it's historic. And today I'm going to tell you why you should stay tuned and believe that we're living the beginning of a new era for the Commanders. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, because what I have to tell you here will leave you jaw-dropped. Shall we? Let's get straight to the point. The second-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft has already started making history. With just 5 weeks into the season, the Washington Commanders have a 4-1 record, the best start since 2008. Yes, it's been a while since we've seen this, but what's more impressive is how we're winning. We're not just winning, we're dominating. And all of this with Jayden Daniels, who's putting up absurd numbers that leave the best QBs in the league behind. For those who have followed the team for a long time, you know this is no small feat. The last time we had a QB like this, well, honestly, I don't think we ever did. Daniels isn't just a good player, he's historic. He's already accumulated 1,000 passing yards and 250 rushing yards in just 5 games. Yes, my friends, that's exactly what you heard. This guy came to change everything. And look, the team wasn't exactly full of great offensive stars besides McLaurin, but Jayden is making everyone around him play like never before. He leads the NFL in points per game and is first in EPA per play, surpassing names like Mahomes, Allen, and even Tom Brady. The kid is on fire. With each passing week, he breaks more records and makes us dream even bigger. Now fans, think about this. The guy is a rookie. He just arrived in the league and is already putting up these absurd numbers. He has a 77.1% completion rate, almost 5% more than second-place Joe Burrow. And yards per attempt? Daniels is at 8.7, almost tied with Brock Purdy, who leads with 8.8. At this point, there's no way not to think he's already in the race for Offensive Rookie of the Year. But could he go beyond? I believe so. The NFC East better watch out, because if the Commanders keep this up, Jayden Daniels could be the first rookie of the Super Bowl era to win NFL MVP. Am I exaggerating? Let me give you another reason to believe. Remember Lamar Jackson in 2023? He took the MVP award with 3,678 passing yards, 24 touchdowns through the air, 821 rushing yards, and 5 more touchdowns on the ground. Now, take those numbers and compare them to Jayden Daniels' projection. He's on track for 3,159 passing yards and 1,020 rushing yards with 27 total touchdowns. In other words, he has everything it takes to surpass the MVP, who was one of the greatest that season. And look, there's more. The NFL record completion percentage is 74.4%, set by Drew Brees in 2018, and Daniels is on track to beat that by 3 percentage points. Isn't that enough to get any fan excited? The comparison with the greats of history doesn't stop there. If we look since the 2018 season, 111 quarterbacks have played at least 100 snaps in the league. And guess who has the highest EPA per play of all of them? That's right, Jayden Daniels. Yes, higher than Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers, and even Tom Brady. This is legendary stuff, and he's just getting started. Then you ask me, but who is he playing with? Besides McLaurin, our QB is completing passes to guys like Olamide Zaccheaus and Noah Brown. That's right, players who didn't even have 40 receptions in an entire season are part of this revolution. The question here is simple, folks. What else does Daniels need to do for us to believe he's the guy? He arrived in Washington and transformed one of the most suffering franchises in the NFL into the best offense in the league. No matter how much they try to doubt, the numbers don't lie. And as a fan, as someone who watches every game with their heart in their hand, I can say, we have something very special happening here. The definition of a valuable player for me is exactly this. And don't come at me with that, oh, but it's just the beginning talk. We don't need to wait any longer to recognize that we've found our dream quarterback. And I'll say more. How many years did we spend watching mediocre quarterbacks who made us suffer with every snap, every silly interception? Now, we have a player who turns any pass into a chance to gain yards, who puts the team in a position to win with every play. If you've followed the team for as long as I have, you know that this feeling of confidence, that our QB will solve things, is something too rare. Now, let's agree, folks. What was that game against the Browns? A solid 34-13 victory that not only put us at an impressive 4-1 for the season, but also gave us a taste of how Jayden Daniels is becoming the centerpiece of this team. The kid was a true maestro on the field, passing for over 300 yards and scoring a touchdown that left everyone jaw-dropped. You can see he's not intimidated by pressure. And it's not just me saying this. Austin Ekeler, our running back, left the game with shining eyes and nothing but praise for our QB. This kid is a born competitor. He surprises us with every play, and he's going to keep showing us things that will leave us open-mouthed all year, Ekeler commented after the game. So, we can already say this guy is here to stay. So, do we finally have the star QB we've been waiting for so long? Look, folks, I know many of us are still wary because of what happened with Robert Griffin III and even Kirk Cousins, but the issue here is different. Jayden Daniels brings a different energy. He doesn't just command the offense, he inspires the entire team. Against the Browns, he didn't limit himself to staying in the pocket. He ran upfield, fought for yards, took risks. And speaking of numbers, he's already broken an NFL record. With the 82 rushing yards last Sunday, he totaled 300 rushing yards for the season. That's the most any rookie QB has managed in the first 5 games of their career. Can you believe that? It feels like we're watching a future star emerge before our eyes. With 5 games and 4 wins, the Commanders are leading the NFC East. And I know what many of you must be thinking now. It's too early to get excited. But who doesn't remember when we struggled just to get a win here and there? The road is still long, but what Daniels is doing is something we haven't seen in a long time. He brought back hope. Of course, we still have strong rivals in the division, like the Eagles and Cowboys, but at this pace, I wouldn't be surprised if we broke this playoff drought that's been going on since 2020, and who knows, finally, with a winning record. Now, what makes me most anxious is thinking about how far he can take this team. Think about it. Few rookie quarterbacks manage to balance the passing and running game as well as Daniels is doing. With an offensive line protecting well and a group of receivers willing to run precise routes, this offense is flowing in a way we haven't seen since, well, I can't even say. And if it continues like this, not only will the playoff drought end, but also our curse of never having a true star leading the offense. Are we witnessing the emergence of one of the great names in franchise history? Let's talk a bit about the race for Rookie of the Year. Daniels is starting to stand out, but it won't be easy. He has competitors like Caleb Williams, the first pick in the draft, who's playing well in Chicago. But the difference is that, while Williams is still stumbling to find consistency, Daniels already has his foot on the gas and is leading the team to significant victories. And if he keeps up this pace, who knows if we might see something even more historic. Because remember, only one player in history, the legendary Jim Brown, managed to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season. Do you think Daniels has a chance to repeat this feat? Speaking of which, this year's MVP candidates are slipping up in ways that could open the path for our boy. Lamar Jackson has had good games, but he's also made mistakes that weigh heavily. Patrick Mahomes, who's always a favorite, isn't impressing as much. And Josh Allen, who seemed to be on a roll, left something to be desired against the Texans. Meanwhile, Daniels remains steady, putting up solid numbers and, more importantly, leading the team to convincing victories. If he keeps this up, it won't be long before he starts to be taken seriously in this race. What I'm trying to say, folks, is that this year could be our year. Daniels brought something that was missing: leadership, confidence, and that touch of genius that only great players have. And this is reflecting on the field. The whole team seems to be playing with a different energy. Veterans like Ekeler are buying into this idea and helping in the kid's development. If he keeps up this pace, I have no doubt we'll hear his name being mentioned among the NFL greats. But I want to hear from you, Commanders fans. Do you think Jayden Daniels can take this team to the playoffs? And more than that, could he really be the first quarterback in years to put Washington back on the NFL map? Leave your opinion in the comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because there's a lot of good stuff coming.